Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be building a kind of suburban home in The Sims 1. Suburban home I feel can mean pretty much anything. I feel in this case it's just your average neighborhood home in the suburbs, probably for a couple or maybe for a retired couple who has visitors or family members sometimes coming to stay. I was quite excited to build this because it is inspired by an actual real house that I've seen and been inside of, but I feel like I wasn't able to really do it justice. I wasn't completely thrilled with how it turned out, but I spent quite a lot of time tweaking it and changing certain aspects of it back and forth, and I still wasn't really fully satisfied, but I did feel that it captured the essence of the house. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let it be. So the house is kind of in an L shape. It's got a long drive leading up into a garage, and then the main entrance to the front of the house is kind of on the side. So when you enter the house, you go first into a little porch area and then a hallway that leads through to the dining room, kitchen, and living room on the left hand side, and 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, and a study on the right hand side. And this bit of the house on the right hand side is actually closer to the road, although there is no door to the road from this part of the house, if that makes sense. Then at the other end of this hallway, on the other side of the house, there's actually a door that leads out into the garden, which is on the right hand side of the house rather than being directly at the back. There's also access to the garage from the kitchen, and if this were a real functioning garage, the garage door would actually open and you'd be able to drive in there, and then when you come home from wherever you've been, you can enter the house straight into the kitchen. But that's not actually going to work in practice because the garage door is just a fake garage door, unfortunately. So in the garage, to still make it functional and useful for gameplay, I placed a woodworking table and a workout bench, and also an extra fridge and a pantry, which is kind of a place where the sim living here can store all their extra food. Maybe they like to go to market and they buy more food than they really have space for, and they need some extra places to put it. So they can store that out in the garage and then keep the main fridge, which is in the kitchen, for all the food they're kind of currently using. The kitchen kind of ended up being quite small, a little bit smaller than I would have liked, because I wanted to have originally a kitchen table in there, but there just wasn't really enough space. And because the dining room is right next to the kitchen, and eventually I do put a door that connects the 2 rooms directly, although I had a bit of trouble with that. In a way, it wasn't necessary to have an extra place to sit in the kitchen, so that wasn't too much of an issue. So I went with a light blue and white color theme in the kitchen, the white fridge and yellow counters, quite humble and simple, not too elaborate. And then the dining room, I would have liked to have had a slightly bigger table, but again, the room was a bit small, so I just went for a smaller 2-tile table, seating just 4 people. But I was able to add a kind of side cabinet credenza, I don't know if that's the right word, in the dining room, as well as a plant and an end table with a little light on there. And then both the kitchen and the dining room have direct access into quite a large living area. So I was going for a dark green, dark red theme in the living room with some little hints of yellow, just to brighten it up a little bit. The feel that I wanted for the living room was that the furniture that's in there has probably been there for quite a long time, and it's been taken care of. So the furniture has not been bashed around, it's not worn down. It's been there a while. It's quite classic looking, maybe. Yeah, maybe an older person's living room who has had their furniture for a long time and they know their style and they know what they like, and it is what it is. Then the bedroom that is nearest the front door, I'm kind of thinking of as this guest's bedroom. If we go along with the storyline of this being an older person's house, maybe their relatives who come and visit stay in this room. It's quite small, but it's quite comfortable, and yeah, it has everything you need. It's not particularly fancy or like full of personality or anything like that. So I just used the Napoleon sleigh bed and matching wardrobe and put a fake blue rug on the floor just to give a little bit of matching color. with the bedspread. Then at the end of the corridor in the bedroom just behind, there is the main bedroom for the owner of the house. And I didn't really know which way I wanted to decorate this at first. I initially went with a slightly plushier looking 4-poster bed, the one that comes with Making Magic, and what I like to think of as medieval end tables. I don't know if that's what they're called, but that's what I think of them as, because yeah, anyway. But I don't know, I was like, no, this is not quite what we're going for. So I swapped it out for a modern mission bed, and I swapped out the Art Deco sofa for the white sofa / love seat. And then I put a wall TV on the wall facing the bed, so theoretically a sim could watch TV while being in bed, because I think that's quite a nice, indulgent thing to do. No, the thing is, you can't lie in bed and do anything in The Sims 1 other than sleep, so that wouldn't actually work. I mean, I think the sim would have to just get out of bed and stand at the bottom of the bed to watch the TV, but the intention is there. The intention to have a more relaxed TV watching experience is there. The little nook of space where I put the wardrobe, ideally I would like that to be kind of more like a walk-in closet, but I just thought if I close that off into its own little room and just put some clutter in there, it's not really going to be very useful. So I decided to not make it a walk-in closet and just have a normal wardrobe there. And then of course this bedroom has its own ensuite bathroom, which has slightly nicer appliances than the main bathroom. It has the expensive shower and the automatic flushing toilet, which doesn't get clogged. So that's just really for the owner of the house to use rather than the guest toilet. And then we also have the study, which is just quite a small room, just with a PC and a chess table for gaining the logic skill. The computer is just a way to have fun and keep in touch with the outside world, send emails, etc. And I went for a kind of purple, light blue theme in this room, which I think is a little bit lighter and brighter than some of the other rooms in the house. But because it's just a smaller room, it doesn't tilt the balance and make the whole house light and bright. And then the last part of the house really is the backyard, which is on the right hand side, and this is surrounded by a hedge, so no intruders allowed, no random sims from the street hopefully coming in there and disrupting your peace and quiet. There is a gap in the hedge right at the bottom for the sim living there to have access to the stream at the back of the lot, which is there naturally. Obviously I didn't place that. This is 8 Sim Lane. If you know that lot, you know there's water at the bottom of the lot, which is really nice. And I put just some deck chairs down there so you can go and enjoy the view. And also in the garden, I put some plots for planting vegetables, because you've got to be outside, be in touch with nature, you know, do things that help your mental health, raise your vibration, etc. And then also I decided to put a volleyball court in the garden. The garden is not that big, so in a way, this is it's a bit of a space hog, but I do think it's a fun activity to get Sims together and be outside. And there's a little spot on the veranda to just sit and watch. If you don't want to play, that's absolutely fine. You won't be forced to get involved. So there we go. This is my suburban home in The Sims 1. I'm not completely in love with it, but I'm okay with it. Like, we're on board with each other. Like, it's fine. Do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed. And I will see you again in another video really soon. Bye!